All right. Hey, everyone. Um, this is the first video I have for you, which is just something I'm just going to give my opinion on. I just want to talk a little bit about phones. Personally, I think that as I live my life more and become more of an adult, I think that these devices are slowly killing us. And I recently personally, like my experience with this, I used to be on my phone. The longest I can ever remember was 14 hours a day. And to put that in perspective, the average person is awake for 17 hours a day, which is unbelievable. Not even just for your brain, but for your eyes. It kills relationships. It basically makes us stupid. And I just wanted to go over like the science of this. Basically, when you watch, the specific problem with phones is short form entertainment. So recently I deleted TikTok, Instagram, anything that can give us short form entertainment, and make us temporarily what I call unconscious. So basically what happens, and I'm not going to get too into the science and bore you, when you watch a TikTok video, right, and you get that short form of dopamine from a 10-second video, there's this neural activity. It's in your hippocampus in your brain. It synchronizes in about 150 milliseconds, so almost instantly. When you respond to this like funny video, it might be a clip from like a Twitch stream, whatever, and then that's the initial encoding that gives you dopamine. But these videos are so short that your brain physically cannot create a memory, a long-term memory, which takes up to like 3 to 4 hours for regular long-term memories. So you remember nothing from what you just watched. You just watched, say, I could scroll on TikTok for upwards of 4 hours when I was in the worst of it. And it's what I compare it to is basically sleeping, because your brain is doing such minimal work to actually process any of this. You can't remember anything. Your brain is basically off. So you're spending, along with, say, you get your 8 hours of sleep a day, you're spending, if you add 4 hours on TikTok, half of your 24 hours, your brain is off. And that promotes this idea of the use it or lose it for your brain, where these neural fibers in your brain start to decay and they can't work properly because you're so out of the loop that when you don't use your brain, it's kind of like muscles. If you don't work out, you will get weaker, and your brain can't do the same thing it used to know how to do. And this is kind of, the name for this is cognitive atrophy, where we can't think normally, we can't create memories, we can't focus, we can't problem solve. It's everything that you do in your daily life is just suppressed. And the worst part is emotionally. So if you're in a strong relationship, and you're constantly on TikTok and your brain is never stimulated, all your emotions are completely just removed, and you can't even communicate your thoughts to your partner or tell them that you love them without using your brain normally, because you can't. Everything of your daily life is screwed up, and that's the main reason why I've cut back and deleted them. The thing about phones is, you need your phone to basically live a normal life. I watched a video the other day about this guy. He went off of his phone for a month. He got rid of it. He put it in a safe, and he tried to live his life. And you will find out that most of your everyday life requires a phone, because that's how the world is now, right? Everything about the world it revolves around your phone. So you order food with your phone, you contact your family with your phone, you communicate anything that you do. You even need your phone at college to get into your bedroom, right? So this is a big problem, because it basically forces you to be looking at screens for hours a day, And it's not like you can just get rid of them and still live a normal life. You need your phone just to wake up in the morning, unless you have an alarm clock. So if I didn't need my phone, I wouldn't even have one. But the best thing you can do is delete these short form types of videos. And while it does help, the best way I approach it is to start with that TikTok, Instagram, and move to longer forms of ways you find dopamine online. So longer YouTube videos, TV shows, movies, which actually tell a story. And when these movies and TV shows, when they actually tell a story, you learn lessons in your mind, and you find valuable, messages from these movies, and you remember them. In these brain rot TikToks that are just the same trend each time, it doesn't change. It's all the same format, and you're not learning anything. So it's just useless garbage. And I can ramble on for how many different types of videos there are on Instagram or TikTok, from people getting hit by cars to whatever is popular nowadays. But this is a way to bridge that gap to getting to the point where you don't even need it anymore. Because if you just kind of go right into it, your brain doesn't know how to go about its day, and then you crash. Because it's like a drug. You're so reliant on this dopamine. It's genuinely like a real drug. And I just thought that personally, this is a big problem. And I just wanted to give my thoughts on it personally and how I am going against it. I think that hopefully I just want to completely switch away from it and be able to just live my life normally and be able to focus when I want to focus and think and understand the world around me. So yeah, that's about it. And I'll see you in the next topic.